We are spreading the word about an energy vigil dedicated to the betterment of melanin-dominant people worldwide. It is called Melanin Emerging Collective Consciousness Alignment. As you know, there are groups across the world that pray and meditate for global peace and love. Though this has benefited the world, it is obvious that more is needed to dissolve the systematic and individual oppression of melanin-dominant people worldwide. Our collective is transmitting frequencies right now. Each week, a different melanin-dominant group is accountable for generating and holding the frequency. We began transmitting on Fall Equinox 2019. To find out more or get involved in this movement, check out our website at www.melaninfrequency.org.
Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
All right. So we are on Melanin Frequency Wave 24. Around this time, between March 2nd and March 8th of 2020, we transmitted a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin-dominant population worldwide. We transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin-dominant population worldwide. We transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin-dominant population worldwide. Ashe, ashe, and asheo. And I want to say something about this because I think I mentioned this on the last one. We began this frequency before COVID. Okay, so these transmissions came in before COVID. All right, and so we just let them rip the way they were. And so it's pretty interesting that I got that urge to, put out the melanin frequency and start doing the transmissions prior to COVID coming. So let's see what I had to say about that in the audio. Melanin Frequency Wave 24. We transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity for the melanin-dominant population worldwide. With the last frequency, we upgraded our melanin to the degree, and even have some melonyms to remind us how it works. This frequency allows us to use all that we have integrated from this point and transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the entire melanin-dominant population. Whenever I'm speaking to a public audience and the expectation is that I'm going to provide some deep moving meditation. I tell the audience to aim, AIM, always in meditation. Why? Well, in meditation mode, you don't have no problems. Your money is right, health is right, you have the perfect relationship, family, business, spirituality, etc. So why leave? Hold this frequency with you always and just upgrade as you go. When we aim, this is the perfect vibration to transmit a frequency so strong that it upgrades everyone's immunity. In fact, this frequency is so gangster that it searches and destroys non-beneficial bacteria and viruses in the air, on the skin, in the water, or in, quotes, their labs. Our immunity is so gangster that it looks for lab-made varieties and targets and destroys their central nervous system down to the nanomite and the computer it came from. Now meditate on that. I was wondering which one. I forget, sometimes I forget what I record. That's my joint right there. So, when we're talking about these frequencies, I want to break this down. I want to break it down here that these are, when I say frequency wave, these are energy waves. These are transmissions. Like sometimes people look at this and they say, it is good, but it's not having an effect. It's not doing anything. Well, is it? Okay, because now if we look at, there are a few things that I've noticed that have changed since the melanin frequency. Now, either the melanin frequency is changing it or it's in line with it. Either way, doesn't matter. Okay, it's teaming up with what is already going on. And I mentioned some of these things before. Karen laws, we didn't have those before 2019. Right? Where they can't just start calling the police on people and whatever. Now you getting arrested. Also, with those Karen and Ken laws, you got people now with their cameras. Okay, they will follow those people home, get their license plates, find out where they work, get their names, and get them fired. Okay, or shunned. People are getting, like, we bring it back. You know how people get stoned and stuff. Like they have it in the difficult times where you would get stoned from your community. You get socially shamed and everything. This is a real thing now. We weren't doing this before 2019. Just think about that. Just think about a few things that are going on. I know it's still things happening. Okay, but these are frequencies. And frequencies right now, if I always tell people that if you don't believe that these frequencies can change the airwaves, can change what people literally are breathing in and out, and then going into the DNA, right? Right now, most people on here are on cell phones. Where them waves at? Where are those frequencies? They're in the air. And you can attach to them. If you can attach to a wireless, my computer's not plugged up. Even if you're on a computer, it's not plugged up. If you can tap into a wireless frequency, then you can also tap into a divine frequency. And you can put your own frequency out there. When we started this melanin frequency, we put this in the water. We put it in the ocean. The ocean water makes up 70% of what we breathe. The trees are the lungs. They filter the air. And they do provide the oxygen, but the ocean So we put this in the ocean. This frequency is going to be traveling through the waters on this planet. And they say it takes about 500 years for something that you go from one ocean all the way around the globe into all the lakes and rivers and streams and things like that. And every year we do a water ritual with this frequency. Okay, so we can put out a frequency, we can transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin dominant population worldwide. Because there are things that are targeted towards our melanin. There are things, they have been doing this for years, starting with or what we know, okay? The Tuskegee experiment. We still here. AIDS, we still here. What was it? Ebola, we're still here. COVID, how many? Who's talking about COVID now? I mean, I see people still walking around with masks and things on, but I'm just saying, like, what happened to it? You know what I'm saying? We still here. And I know in particular, you know, with this frequency, we're talking about taking this frequency. Now, when I made the recording, when I made the frequency, that was prior to COVID. The recording came later after COVID. And I said, hey, you know what we should do? Okay, we take this frequency, let's upgrade it. And if we're walking around our frequency in our atmosphere, okay, then somebody or this COVID thing, however it's spread, if it's in the air or it's in the water, I don't care where it is. Okay, you don't want to be nowhere around me. Okay, because then I'm going to target your immune nanomite. I'm going to target your immune system. I'm going to tap into the computer. And matter of fact, I'm not going to stop there in destroying just what's around me. I'm going to take it all the way to the lab, to the computer system, and bring down the whole thing. How dare you try to put some stuff in the air that's going to change the way I breathe, the way I think, and whether or not I can get around and, exercise and do whatever I want to. Yeah. And so, if anything that we see or whatever, this is something that I've been really, really trying to get us to switch in our mindsets, switch our frequency. That, you know how I know this is a biblical term, right? No, what is it? No sword formed against me will prosper, or something like that, right? I don't know, something like that, right? But I think that's a real thing. Okay, like, hold on, maybe we got it wrong. Instead of us feeling like we are working our way up from being resisted by the matrix, from being resisted by, the 2% and whoever they are. I mean, really, the low frequency folks, that's who they are. And y'all know I got another name for them that I ain't worked up yet to say it, but yes, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Right. So I'm saying, what if it's the other way around? What if what's outside is not so strong? It's not so, causes so much resistance in our lives. Maybe that's just what we believe, because that's what we've been told. It's bigger than us. That's why I like Erykah Badu's song. She says, her the healer. She says it's bigger than the government. And she said, and in the line in the song that I like the voice the most is she says, when niggas turn into gods, walls come tumbling down. Right? So either we that or we not. That's why it says ain't always in meditation. I got another one. Aim to aid, always in divinity. We don't never have to leave it for nothing. I don't care what happens. It's a practice though. The more you practice, the more it becomes your default. As I like to say, default divinity. Something comes up, default divinity. Does a God really give a flying F? I ain't worked up enough. I ain't let it just fly, right? I caught it. Does a God really care about some of these people, places, and things? What did we really come here for? We came here to shift the planet to a higher frequency through us. We came here to take up where our ancestors left off. As Baba Kamene says, before we were rudely interrupted. We didn't come here to learn how to build pyramids. They already built. The ancestors are saying, now, let's finish. This need to go over here, that one need to go over here, and then the frequencies need to do this and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, what we worried about? People, places and things, money and health. We spend all of our time worried and focused on those things instead of God shit. Goddess shit. Working with combining our own frequencies with the frequencies of the cosmos, with the frequencies of the earth. You ain't never got to worry about immunity. If that's what you tapped into, never. Aim to aid, always in meditation, always in divinity. You don't never have to leave it. Here's something that I would like everybody to practice. And practice is in a safe space, right? I always gotta say that. Put it in the mirror dimension, right? You put it in the mirror dimension, right? You wanna think about the worst, like if you go back, maybe 6 months, maybe it only gotta be 6, it might be 6 days for some people, maybe 6 weeks, okay? But let's just say in the last 6 moons, what is some of the most emotional thing that you had to deal with? Now do this in the mirror dimension. Don't go gangster on nobody. Okay. Nope. All right. Get yourself worked up, and especially if it's still with you, get yourself worked up about it again. And see if you can stay, if you are willing to give that up for your natural divinity, for your divine self. See how it works. Now, it might not work the first time. Okay, you might get into that and be like, you know what? I forgot to say this when we was, da 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 da. Or I was so sick, I couldn't even think about this. And that's what happens, right? So this is why we have to practice. You practice before. That's what we do each and every Sunday evening when we are going through these vigils, when we are going through these transmissions. We're doing it now. We're letting this integrate into our DNA now. We are upgrading our DNA so that if anything come around us, like I said, they got nanomites, we got divino-nites. Okay? They can't do nothing with this. You can't even mimic this. It changes every time. It evolves. That's what dark matter does. That's what melanin does. It don't stay the same, and it's not focused on these things. We got to get to a point where we are done. with people problems, with health problems, with money problems, where that stuff just flows automatically, just like our autonomic system in our bodies. Unless we have a major issue, right? Most of the time, when we're in good health, we're not, nobody on here, unless you got, some sort of issue, probably the whole time you've been on here, you didn't think about how many heartbeats you've had, how many times your lungs took in air and exhale. You didn't think about your digestive system, your teeth, your hair. Okay, nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's thinking about how many skin cells we have already discarded during this session, and new ones came on because it's on automatic. There's some shit that just need to be on automatic. All right, and part of the reason that we are not on automatic with those three things is because I think that we got it twisted. We think that we got to fight against something. Maybe it has to fight against us. So perhaps we need to stand our ground. Always in meditation, always in divinity. And like Patrick put in here, I love when he say that, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not about to have no more money problems. I'm not about to have no health problem. I'm not about to have no relationship problems. I'm not. I'm done. I have a frequency that is connected with the earth. We got shit to do. Me and earth need to have conversations every day instead of me arguing back and forth with somebody, instead of me looking at my bank account, instead of me worrying about health. I got meetings and shit with the cosmos, with the subatomic realm. This earth is shifting. The consciousness. We are going to bring in a new legacy of beings here. It starts with us. We the legacy holders. We spending too much time on some old bullshit, for real. See, now they got me cursing now. Got me cursing. Really. It has to come against us. It's trying to stop us, not the other way around. Stand your ground in your divinity. Transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin dominant population worldwide. That means anybody around you, they don't believe like you do, that's fine. You strengthen the others. They'll catch it. I have people telling me all the time, man, I want to talk like you. I want to be like you. I want to be able to say that and just stand in it. And I understand, but this didn't happen overnight. I've been practicing, and I've had results over years. But what we're doing here is, because we've had these results over years, that means y'all on fast track. You get to skip some shit, right? We're telling you how to skip it right now. You know what? You ain't got to go through the last 5, 6, 7 years doing this. Listen, always be in meditation, always in divinity. If you can do that, you can skip some stuff. But sometimes we hard-headed. I know. I raise my hand. We hard-headed, right? But I implore you, we got stuff to do on this planet that don't have nothing to do with people, places, and things. It has to get to us. We are bigger than it. We are stronger than it. Another Erykah Badu song, 20 Feet Tall. She says, and this is not a song that they play a lot, but if you listen to some of her stuff, She said, you built a wall, a 20-foot wall, so I couldn't see. But then I remembered, if I get off my knees, I'm 20 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? This is how a lot of times we're operating. Like the Matrix got us. Really? Do it, or do we got it? Does a false mind have us, or do we have it? Now that we know that we've been programmed, we've accepted that we've been programmed. Now the programmer don't have a chance. I talk to my brain on, I was telling you, Kia, love this. I was saying, I feel like sometimes in that movie Lucy, there's a part in the movie where she says, I'm organizing my brain. I feel like that sometimes, like I'm sitting there organizing my brain. And this is really what we're doing with these frequencies. We're saying, oh no, okay, hold on. Nah, ain't no, what you mean? It's a virus. Okay, listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop messing around and just adapting every time there's a virus. How about the virus gotta adapt to me? How about that? How about I just put out a healing frequency so strong that it's going to upgrade the immunity of the melanin dominant population worldwide? I'm going to search and destroy where your man-made viruses come by, just by my presence, just by my voice. I'm putting this out in the air. I'm talking like this. I get in my feelings every time I get on here. Why? Emotions move things. That's how you create things. So get worked up. And I know y'all are, because I see you in the chat. Get in your feelings about this. Like, yeah, you know what? Just being me, this stuff has to come against me. And I'm not worried about it. I got other things. I have anybody here in a physical form, you have a purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, there's a general one. You can use your galactic signature as your general purpose, or you can just use the general purpose of knowing that you are a direct incarnation of the Creator. And you came here in physical form as that. Now, if you're not operating as God, then you got to work on your purpose. You got to let more of you in. You're going to aim to aid. You're going to always be in meditation and always in divinity. There are things that you're no longer, that's no longer going to be a part of your vocabulary. You're not going to have to worry about your immune system, your health. Can't nothing get to you, because you've been transmitting this frequency so strong that it's not going to, if we're putting this through us to go out to the melanin dominant population worldwide, what you think it's doing to us? As we say it. Okay, it got to come through the vessel first. The vessel has to be strong enough to transmit it through its body to everybody else and to keep it off. We badder than we think we are. Now, if we can just get enough people to believe that about themselves, then we got something. Then we got something. Then we can shift this consciousness. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So, we want to remember this, that we transmit a healing frequency so strong that it upgrades the immunity of the melanin dominant population worldwide. And as cosmic legacy holders of Earth consciousness, we establish complete authority over all planetary matters. As cosmic legacy holders of Earth consciousness, we establish complete authority over all planetary matters. That was a planetary matter. All this stuff they trying to put out, these pandemics, they talking about they got some drug where people are turning into zombies and stuff like, really? It's time to put a stop to this. That's why these other things have to be on automatic. Because as cosmic legacy holders of Earth consciousness, we establish complete authority over all planetary matters. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And if you want to know how to practice this to be like, I'm like this all day, every day. I woke up to a situation this dawning. And you know what I did? I said, you know what? Okay. I ain't got no reason to leave divinity over this. For what? If I got in my feel, I get in my feelings over divinity. Okay, okay, what we gonna do? You know, you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna figure it out. I'm definitely not gonna figure it out by going into this other mode that drops my frequency so I can't see. Like I'll be like Erica Badu, I'll be back down on my knees trying to look over this 20-foot wall. I remember I'm 20 feet tall. Always in meditation, always in divinity. Okay? It don't have to catch you. All right. So let's let this sink in here. And let's take a few moments to meditate on this symbol. This is the symbol for those of you who are new. This is the symbol called the Taurus. It is a physical representation of the universe and how it is always updating and influencing itself. And so guess who holds the universe? And guess who catalyzes the universe? So if that's us, okay, we're always updating and influencing ourselves. All right. And so let's take a moment. Let's focus in here on the center. You may see it move a little bit. Okay. You may see colors in it. All right. And so it has definitely been my honor and my pleasure. I will see you on the next one. Definitely stick around to hear Yoshi Mod's song. And then Brother Yoshi, definitely, if you can put your information in the chat, because I know after they hear this, they're going to want to get some more. All right. So we will see you on the next one. Hotep.
FBS not a group, it's a lineage. Real truth brought to you from the beginning. Tribal orchards, go organs. We spread it like Wi-Fi. Proud to be connected to the main source. We walk the right horse, brought in flames. Blood covered their brains. Haitians, true affirmation. See we mystic, my black queen. Your witches, voodoo, voodoo. Story woven, I wave the one from beyond. I am wealth, I'm a biologist and a chef. I am the source of diamonds and wealth. I am self, worship poison. My culture gave you choices, live or die, no in between. Either you're cold or you're hot, black or white, die or fight, run or fight, no lukewarm. One fight, the battle is already won. I am Pan-African. One fight, the battle is already won. I am Pan-African. One fight, the battle is already won. We already won. One fight, the battle is already won. Nature kill them all done. May I repeat, nature kill them all done. Why else would they want to run from this creation? Shame on shame, profit and fame, break even on games. 1%, 1%, I need names, give me names, what's the name? Africans and black Indians sold together at the same time in the slave market. Black Indians taught the Europeans how to farm, and that's how it started. Shakata, black Indian army, feed my eye, whiskey and pop brawling, seek the high words from beyond calling. Turtle Island, I found my land, on where I stand. Once again, I am a Pan-African. Africans rejoice. Nature takes its course. I am the force. One fight, the battle is already won. I am Pan-African. One fight, the battle is already won. I am Pan-African. One fight, the battle is already won. We already won. One fight, the battle is already won. Nature kill them all done. Yeah. Yeah. Feeling like you're killing me. You're bringing out the enemy. And it's not the enemy. We all in this beat. Time to kill a beast. No longer tell a villain. We all need healing. We all need healing. Mislead the children. You're nobody's student, yeah. Maybe they chase you fooling, yeah. 80% need schooling, yeah. You show what you're doing. No need for violence brewing. Time to turn the hill down. Let nature take its course now.